What's up, everybody? This is Severance once again, back to talk about or discuss the continuation of the my first video about why INFJs are stupid. I didn't really go over NI, um, and I kind of wanted to make sure I did in the in this video, so that's what we're gonna do. And I have somewhat of a mini outline that I'm gonna try to stay with. So, you know, as a neurodivergent, you guys are gonna have to work with me on that. My ME can bounce like a ping pong ball. So, with that said, continuation of the previous video, I'm gonna go, you know, a little bit deeper into NI, or I'll attempt to. What I mean, attempt. I'm an INFJ. Um, so, what is NI? What is NI? Let me go ahead and put up the functions here. Even though I'm only talking about NI, I put them all for, I guess, some visual. And I love the color code. And I found other colors. And just as a side note, me being spiritually awakened and integrating with my shadow, this shadow right here, I am heavy into its energy right now. Heavy. Heavy. So, what is NI? We all know it's introverted intuition, right? We all know that. It looks for number one. I mean, we got plenty of things. There's pattern recognition, and IDOMs are the masters at pattern recognition. And forgive my writing. I'm trying to. And I'll kind of abbreviate this. Masters at pattern recognition. We seek out patterns every way we can, possibly. And if not, we try to make a pattern, But for the most part, we notice patterns everywhere. I'm an older INFJ, so that ability is a bit strong is a bit stronger with me. For example, like in poker and IDOMs, I love poker, but it's been a while since I've played, which I'm thinking maybe I should get back into. But with us, we notice patterns like like if you like say for example if you're with a significant other, if you'll you'll notice they're brushing their teeth, their morning routine, you'll pay attention to these things, but it's like in the back of your mind, and like even the I don't know about anybody else, but even which pant leg that they normally use to put on their pants or put their arm through a sleeve of a shirt or a button-up shirt or something like that. Stuff like that. And to where like if you see them later, and if you see them later and they use the other arm, you're thinking, out of the last 9 times, the last 8 times they put their arm in the right. They use their right arm first. Now they're using the left. I wonder why they're doing that. Is there something going on with them that they haven't told me? Are they hiding something from me? I wonder what it is. So that's kind of a little snippet of how NI can operate sometimes. But as far as the pattern recognition is going, um, like okay, what else do we have? We have pattern recognition. We have, so I'm trying to look for the more practical things. You could say we read between the lines, hidden meaning. We are masters at this, reading between the lines. And yes, I am writing, and I definitely do need one of those. I need one of those pads with the mechanical with the pen where you can just write. That's what I need. And my other mouse, it it's a the quality is better, but the the left mouse button it clicks. Well, it double taps a lot, so it's kind of a pain. So, what else do we have? We have reading between the lines. I'll just do those. Reading between the lines. Deeper meaning. And I'm kind of noticing the time on this timer. I'm kind of taking forever doing this. Deep meaning. This can kind of go with reading between the lines. And I'll say in X, I'll say that. So, an example of this, I kind of said it before with, the person noticing their significant other putting the button-up shirt on. They did it 8 times in a row with their right arm. Now they're using their left, and they're wondering like, see, like, I'll say a censor, they wouldn't take too much thought into that. But with NI, it's more like we like the deeper meaning in everything. So we're gonna wonder why. So why on this last time? Why did they use your left arm? What's going on? Is there something that's going on at work with their mom, or something like that, or dad, or something like that? And we'll go on and on and on and on, and we'll probably more often than not ask a question to the person as to, maybe not directly say why did you use your left arm this time when the previous time 8 times you used your right. Maybe we won't directly say that. Maybe we'll ask a question about one of the things we're thinking. Like if it's something at work, we'll say, well, is everything okay at work? How's so and so? How's things going? We may do that, so, and then like if there's something going on at work, then we'll then our NI will go, aha, I knew it. So that's kind of how introverted intuition works in a way, as far as that. But deeper meaning in things in X, like I said, even if and it kind of this is kind of laced with NE a little bit. Like it could be I kind of give you this example. We may, like if we were coming home from work or something, and we park, and if I were to get out and see a car a couple of houses down with their lights on, and then like if they see me looking down the street at them, then they just start pulling off. I'll start to think, an NI may start to think, well, why did they pull off when I saw turned when I tried to look down the street at them? What would make them try to pull off all of a sudden? Are they plotting something? Stuff like that, and we'll just go deeper and deeper and deeper. Like I said, deeper meaning. So that's a couple of things. Um, Now we're gonna kind of go into more the essence of NI. Um, these are more. I was trying to give you guys a lot of the practical things about NI, that normal and everyday stuff. Um, Another thing is like deeper meaning. Like again, I got this analogy from LeFou. So picture a tree. I'll kind of give you an example. Picture a tree, janky looking tree, but you get the idea, right? And I got it. All right. So and I picture the roots of the tree and the ground. When I say deeper meaning, and then how the roots kind of branch off, like for example, the analogy I said, or the kind of story I said about the right arm and the left arm going through the sleeve for the shirt. We'll think, like I said, this may be one thought saying, well, maybe there's a bad day at work. Maybe they had an issue with someone at work. Maybe they had something going on with family. Maybe it's something from their past or something that's deeply, deeply troubling them. Or it could be something positive that we may think. And then we'll think, well, and then we'll just go on and with that thought and that thought and then that thought and then that thought and then that thought. We just keep branching lower, deeper and deeper. So that's kind of how, when I say the deeper meaning in things, that's kind of what I mean. So I'm pretty sure there's more, but if you're an INFJ, you know how this guy is. Oh, that's the, you know how this guy is. So the whole performance thing. So I'm pretty sure I missed something. Other INFJs, feel free to comment. So yeah, feel free to comment. Because like I said, because of this, yeah, this is my second video. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube, so I'm trying to hang in there. So, but yeah, these are practical things about NI, and now I kind of want to go into some, not more on the inner and slash spiritual side of NI. Um, NI. Also, I forgot about this. We can just add this one too, which should have probably been the first one. Should have been the first one. I knew I was forgetting something. I knew I was forgetting something. And this is kind of where you start to get into the true essence of NI. This right here. This right here. I'm a spiritually awakened INFJ. So for us, you can say this is like times three for spiritually awakened INFJs. And we're giving a shout out to Renard Continini. I can't pronounce his last name, but like I said, um, I owe that guy a lot of credit. Back in March of last year, back in March of last year is when I first took the personality test, the MBTI test, and he, when I took it, I was INFJ, of course, and fast forward. But throughout that journey, it's like when I was searching up INFJs, he was like the first videos I was watching. Like the first videos that I started watching about INFJs to kind of to learn about them. It was Renaud. Who else was it? Wensis. Um, Love Who. So all those guys, I give mad props to, mad props to, because I mean, still to this day, I catch their videos. Big, huge Love Who fan. Big, huge Love Who fan. Nathan Glass is also his Instagram if you want to check him out on Instagram. Digital artist, talented guy, talented guy. But anyway, that goes to show you I'm not about likes. I'm about sharing the love with everybody. I'm not on YouTube for likes, nothing, subs, nothing. I'm here to share the information that my God, Jesus Christ in heaven, put in my heart to share with you guys. That is the only reason I'm on YouTube. Other than that, I would be a ghost just watching random videos and ghost commenting or whatever. But back to this. um, yeah, it's abstract. It's abstract. I mean, more abstract than you can possibly imagine. Um, it kind of elevates, you know, the deeper meaning. It's like when you take the pattern recognition, the read between the lines, and the deep meaning all into one, and you put it with the abstractness of NI. I mean, you get picture it like this, and I tell people this: picture, okay, picture your wildest dreams. Picture your wildest dreams. Picture your worst nightmares. Picture your perfect future. Picture Never Neverland, I think, from Peter Pan. Never Neverland. Picture Neverland from there's another one. Not Peter Pan. Yeah, Never Everland. Oh, and the and Wonderland, like Alice in Wonderland. Yes. Picture all those mixed up into one. That's about the best way I can explain what, in my personal experience, that's the best way I can say what NI is. It is all those things rolled into one. And I've started a NI playlist. And these are songs that, especially the music videos, that like the abstractness, the deepness, the richness that the music videos describe the deep richness of NI perfectly, perfectly. Like yeah, they describe it perfectly. And in some ways, the visuals that you're seeing in the music videos is what we see, or is what I see. Um, like that's why when I check out other INFJ YouTubers, I'm like, what's going on y'all's channels? What is this? What are we doing here? I mean, did you guys not know what NI is or what? How are you utilizing NI in your videos? I don't see it at all. I'm appalled, actually. I was like, am I the only one that really knows what it is? You know, but I'll tell you, it is because of this in some instances. Because of this. And I'm kind of veering off. I'm noticing that. Um, but a lot of times, INFJs, they are around a lot of this. They're around a lot of this. They're friends, coworkers, You know, people like that. Family, they're all about this. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you guys something. This, if this ever had a sworn enemy, let me repeat that. If this right here ever had a sworn enemy, it is this right here. They are arch enemies. That's, I mean, that's just the truth. That's just the truth. They're arch enemies. Arch enemies. So this stands for everything this doesn't. Let me repeat that. This stands for everything this doesn't. Also, like I said, NI is also this. This is its main thing. The main thing. The freedom to do what it needs to do. Its own vision and dreams. Its own vision and dreams. This is what NI wants to do with its life. Achieve its dreams and vision. Well, the dream, one, the vision, well, they're both the same thing. You have a dream, then you have a vision, then the action. See, this is our biggest thing right here, the action. The action part. This right here. That. But the moment you tell us about this right here, you've already lost us. We don't want to hear any of that. We don't want to hear any of that. Anything, basically, anything society says is the right thing to do. this this S the S and SI may as well mean society. That's basically what it is. Basically, like I said in my previous video, you wake up, you go to work, you do it 70 years, you run yourself into the ground for 70 years, and then you train your children to do the same, and then they do the same, and it's just endless, 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 endless generations of just running yourselves into the ground. Yeah, no, that's not what we're gonna do. That's not what we're gonna do. That's not what this guy is about. Now, work, absolutely. You have to provide for families. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely, 4 million%. Everybody has to. Don't get me wrong. But the thing is, and I will say, I will choose my own way of doing it, not this way. And I'll do it when I'm ready to do it. And I is also a person's own wants and desires. Wants and desires. And desires. So, um, yeah, like I said, yeah, like I said, sworn enemies, sworn. So, yeah, I mean, I just can't say enough about NI and what it is, and it's just like Carl Jung said. All of a sudden, he was in a mist, and then all of a sudden, he was out of the mist and he could see fully. I'm, I mean, being self-actualized, is an experience unlike any other. You couldn't possibly imagine. For example, one thing that happens when you're spiritually awakened is this is, and I'm veering off again, is you develop a very, very deep, 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 deep appreciation for nature. Like like nature feels like a blanket. It literally feels like it's a blanket to you. Like for you Naruto fans out there, it's like sage mode in a way. Like you can feel the nature, like you can feel nature almost. You can feel it. Like when I jog and walk in the morning, I'm looking at birds and they're just so majestic. I'm looking at bird even though I'm 40 plus. I'm looking at birds as if that's the first time I've ever seen anything fly ever in my life. So I'm looking at the birds and I'm just following them for like at least 7 to 10 seconds, like in awe, just literally in awe. So that's kind of an example of like what Renard, Professor Ti, likes to call the spiritualized INFJ. So, like I said, I'm one of them, and that's your SE becomes its frequency for nature is gets turned up, or turned up. So, um, yeah, that's one little kind of side snippet about spiritual awakening. But back to NI. Like I said, it is extremely deep. It is extremely deep. It will have you on a mental trip. It will have you on a mental trip. Um, Kind of like, you know, I haven't done them, but from watching things and about, it's almost like having the experience of being on those drugs. Like you're talking about, I'm like, I don't know, but it's just it's crazy. It's like I said, it's Never Ever Land or Never Never Land. It's Alice in Wonderland. It's your greatest dreams in the future that you want to achieve. Like you're there already, and it's all of that rolled into one. It's all of that rolled into one. Like I don't have the words to explain it. Like there's no explaining an I. I don't care what anyone tells you. There is no explaining NI. There are no words for NI. None. And anybody that's spiritual, anybody that knows NI like me, they'll tell you that. And that's why I get upset. Like on one YouTuber's video, I heard, them talk about how they struggle with, you know, when they're out at work or with friends or family, their NI is not accepted because we all know once we start talking about our NI, we know what happens. Everybody looks at us like we're retarded, and that's a simple solution. Well, there's a simple reason for that. This right here, this right here, right there, SI. That's why. As I said in my other video, 70% of the world, 70 to 75% of the world are censors. This is why.